Hello everybody, welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back with an interesting video for you. Today I want to talk about Alone. I want to talk about season 2, and I'd like to talk about episode 6. I have a small clipboard here with some notes that I'm going to be talking about with you. There's some things that happen on the show that I don't want to miss, so if you see me looking down reading these notes, that's because I'm wanting to hit some key points. So we're again season 2 episode 6. We have 7 people left on the show. We are starting off with day 15 on the show. The first thing you see is Mike, and he found some roots. There was a tree growing, and it had some really strong roots, and there was kind of a hole in the roots, and you could look down through the hole and you could see like some rocks and some dirt underneath there. And he thought that would make a good toilet. You know, he could sit right there and do his business, and I thought that was kind of cool. So he went out and he was looking for some trash. He was looking for any kind of debris, and I do the same thing when I'm out, you know, playing survival. I go out and I look for bottles, I look for plastic, I look for rope, cordage, anything like that, hooks, anything, aluminum cans, anything like that. So it's, you know, it's cool to go out there and find these resources that are so abundant. We as human beings throw so much trash out there. And what he found was a plastic container. Now to me, and I'm not sure exactly what this container was, but to me, from a viewer of the show, it looked like a water tank from an RV or a boat or something like that. That's what it looked like. So he decided that he would take this plastic water container, which was in good shape, and he was going to try to put some outriggers on it and make a boat. And so he did. He made a boat, and it was effective. It actually worked pretty well. He had some good footage of him paddling around. I thought that was pretty cool. I was really happy for Mike. I thought that was a really neat thing on the show. You know, he's got this boat, so that's going to open up a lot of options for him. He's going to be able to go out, you know, and probably set his gill net and things like that, go out and check it. And so I was really excited about that. So now we're moving forward. We're looking at about 11 o'clock p.m. We're talking about Larry. It's nighttime. He's waiting for the tide to go. He's waiting for the tide to come down. He's really bored, and he keeps talking about this mouse that's messing around with his camp. It's just really pissing him off, chewing up his stuff and messing with him. So about 1 a.m. he got a fish, which I was really happy for him, because, you know, again, in a survival situation, having fish and protein and stuff like that is a real big thing. So I was happy for him. And he had trouble getting his fire going. Everything was wet. He cussed a lot, and he got frustrated, but eventually he did get the fire going. Now I understand the frustration that he was probably going through, because fire is important when you have fresh meat. You need to cook that meat to preserve that meat, otherwise it'll spoil and go bad, and the fish is not a resource. I mean, I guess you could use it for bait for traps and stuff like that, but you know, he wanted to get this fire made so he can get this fish cooked, so he can put some calories in his body. I mean, I totally get it. So yeah, he got frustrated making the fire, which again, he did get the fire made. He was successful. So now we're moving forward to day 16. 10 o'clock in the morning approximately. We're going to be talking about Jose. Man, you know, he is in a beautiful location. He's got a great spot. He's talking about the salmon run. He's found some lumber, and he's deciding also to make a boat. He was working on some of the boards on the boat, and he was kind of stretching them and stuff, and one of the boards snapped. But his demeanor, his personality is really calm, so it didn't really bother him. It just set him back for a few days, and Jose's such a laid-back kind of personality, it didn't really get to him. I'm sure it bothered him, but, you know, he handled it very well. He was also talking about something very interesting, which is survival versus wilderness living. And he kind of reiterated a little bit on that about the difference, between, just being out there surviving. We're actually out there living. And so he kind of shifted gears from what I could understand into this wilderness living type of situation for himself. Now we're moving forward. It's about 3 o'clock p.m., 3:30 or something like that. We're looking at Larry. Again, he's talking about this mouse chewing on his pack, really getting under his nerves. He's getting frustrated about it. This bad location that he's got is just really wearing him down. It's hitting him emotionally. It's really bothering him, causing him to get angry. And that bad location, I understand what Larry's going through. It's a very demoralizing position to be in when the place that you're at is just terrible. So it was interesting for him, to watch this. And so he started having a conversation about life in general. The fact that he's an electrician, and the fact that he's going to be, he kind of mentioned that he's going to be doing this for the next, I think he said 15 years or something like that, and working every day to get the weekends off. And, it was interesting what, this topic that he was talking about. Now, what my interpretation of what he was trying to say is I think he'd rather do this kind of thing instead of being an electrician. I think he'd rather teach wilderness survival, or, go on shows like this. I don't know. I could be totally wrong in my assessment of what he was saying, but that's what I'm thinking he was saying. So now let's move forward. We're on day 17, about 7:15 in the morning. Hello, good morning, Nicole. So she's learning more about the bears. She's talking about it. And, I'm really starting to notice that she's very comfortable with these bears. She's got another fish, another salmon. Well, I don't know if the first one was salmon, but she's got a salmon here. She's really, I said this a second ago, she's really comfortable with the bears. This woman really knows where she's at and her surroundings and things like that. One thing that really struck me as an important thing, and it makes me like her even more, is the fact that when she got that fish, she showed respect. She respects life. She respects the ecosystem around her. And I think she truly understands that fish is a gift. And, she's not out there just, tearing trees down and grabbing resources and, abusing Mother Nature. She actually, in my belief, respects the situation that she's in, and the surroundings and the gifts that come. So I really like Nicole. Let's move forward. 7:45 in the morning. We're still talking about Larry now. The mouse is just getting him pissed off, and he's decided to move to a new location. So he did. He packed up all his gear. He went for a hike, and he found a new location. And I like this new spot that he found. Really cool. Lots of resources, lots of wood, natural stuff. There's all kinds of poles and stuff there. Good move for Larry. I think it was very smart. I was happy for him. He's got a nice view. This new location, I think, is going to boost his morale. I think it's going to make him positive, and it's going to bring out another part of his character that we might have not seen, because we've seen him getting frustrated a lot. We've seen him cussing, and honestly, it was kind of a letdown to watch him be like that. Not a lot of positivity, but I think that's going to change. I think we're going to see a lot more about Larry. So he found some rope, and he decided to strip the rope down, and he's deciding he's going to build a shelter. And I like the way he decided to build a frame for the shelter. He's building a nice A-frame. He's got two bipods, and then he's got a pole, like a ridgeline up a pole. And he's got the tarp draped over a nice A-frame. And yeah, he's really happy, I believe, about the mouse being gone. I'm happy for him. His temper, was moody. His temperament was moody. And the cool thing about Larry is he was very honest about it. He's like, yeah, I got a temper, or something like that. So I'm happy about Larry and his new location. Now let's move forward. We're talking about Randy. he found looked like a flying fish. He found a fish and it looked like it had like little wings or something. I don't know. So he's had fish every day for the last 3 days, Randy has. And he said that it's really hard to be alone, and I think it's starting to take a toll on him. I think Randy might need more human interaction. I think he's more of a social kind of person, that he enjoys company and interaction, and I think the alone thing is really starting to bother him. Let's move forward. Let's talk about Nicole again. It's about 4:15 in the afternoon. Again, we're still on day 17. She saw a bald eagle. She had a great experience. She saw that'd be really neat. She misses her stepson. She got a little emotional about that, and the fact that he drowned. I think she said in San Francisco. So and I feel for her. He passed away in the Pacific Ocean, the same ocean where she's fishing now. And she mentioned that if he could be looking down or something like that, or be with her right now, or if he could see what she's doing and the things that she's accomplished, I think she mentioned that he would be proud of her, and I concur with her on that. I really do. She's really handling this survival scenario really well, and for me, it's amazing watching her. I think she's a very strong character in the show, and I really like her. And so not to reiterate too much, but I agree with her that if he could see her, and I don't know anything about the guy, but I'm proud of her, so I'm sure he would be. So let's move forward. Let's talk about Randy again. He likes his cabin. He's decided to do a little bit of repairs on it and make it a little bit nicer. He made a nice frame for a bed, and he put a lot of ferns down in there, and he put his tarp down, and he's got a nice cushiony bed that also breaks conduction, so he's not getting heat loss through his bed, which I thought was cool. It's kind of a raised bed, soft, nice to sleep in. Very nice bed, Randy. And he mentioned that he's bored. He doesn't like being alone. I think this is going to get him. I don't know. Let's move forward to day 18. We still have 7 people left. Talking about Randy again. He talks about how beautiful it is out there, and man, I don't think there's any contestant that hasn't said that it's beautiful out there. It's amazing. The cameras just, I don't believe, justify the locations of where these people are at. I think if we were out there, we'd agree that it's really pretty out there. And it takes a twist with Randy. He starts talking about how he wants to leave still loving the experience, or loving it. He said he wants to leave still loving it, which gives me the first glimpse that he might be getting ready to tap out. And I'm sad about that, honestly, because I know quitting on a show like this is such a hard decision to make. And again, all of us sitting here viewing their struggles and their sacrifices for our entertainment, we don't really truly know what they're going through out there, and all we can do is trust their decisions. But the show kind of ended leaving us hanging, if Randy's gonna quit, and it really heavily kind of points in that direction, but it doesn't really show anything like him actually tapping. So could it be another trick on the production crew to make us hungry for the next episode? Absolutely. I'm certainly hungry to see the next episode. So yeah, one thing I failed to mention in the last couple episodes that I've done on this show, in my commentary, and it's kind of funny, and you guys are probably gonna laugh, but I've noticed I just laugh right now just thinking about it. Now, we all know that this show was filmed like last year, and so everything that's happening right now that's live for us has already happened. They already have the result of the show and everything. But it's, the part that's funny that I'm trying to get to is I find myself praying for these people. Every one of them. I'm like, man, I hope they get a fish. I hope, you know, so-and-so gets this, and I hope so-and-so that, and please be with, you know, the struggles that this person's going through. And it's kind of funny because, in my opinion, I do believe that prayer can go back in time. You know, I don't know if that's what your guys' thoughts are on that, but I think that me praying for these contestants, I truly believe that it helps. So yeah, I'm really rooting for them, and it's a great show. We still have 7 people, but we're looking at Randy possibly tapping. At least that's what what they're trying to portray anyway. So folks, I want to say thank you again for joining me today on season 2, episode number 6 of Alone. Hope you enjoyed my video today. Hope you enjoyed my commentary. Please feel free to leave comments down below. Like this video, share this video, and if you like the content that you see on my channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And until next time, folks, have a beautiful day. Stay tuned for next week's episode. I'll do another commentary. Have a great one. Bye.